Hey guys, Jim Chester once again coming to you live from California Jam 2020. This is year number 13, and you have been at how many of these?
13, Jim.
All right, so this is Cliff Tao, and what is your acronym, DCBAR?
Close, DACBR.
Okay, what does that stand for?
So it stands for Diplomat of the American Chiropractic Board of Radiology.
And-
But I have a joke. The first thing I learned during my radiology training is that it stands for Don't Adjust, Can Barely Read. They make fun of us for not being able to read, yeah. And we don't adjust people, typically.
So what does it mean for you to be involved with this Cal Jam culture?
So CalJam, when I started, they just wanted an X-ray speaker to, get chiropractors more involved with interpreting their own images. And I said, sure, I can do that. That's what I do all the time. And I think it's important because we're using the X-rays to help us guide, how we're going to take care for our patients and how we're going to adjust them. And sometimes we miss things if we're in a hurry or if we're not used to looking at X-rays, all the time like we are. And so I was like, oh yeah, I'll take on that responsibility, and I've been doing it for 13 years.
So let's just tell a little bit about your chiropractic story. And how did you get into this whole world of chiropractic?
Oh, I don't have a great story. I just I know I loved anatomy, I loved sports, I loved healthcare, and I was into cycling, and I was reading these cycling magazines, and there's a chiropractor that was answering all these questions, and he knew everything. And I was like, that is pretty cool. Biomechanics, he knew injuries, also not just spine related, everything. So I'm like, I want to be that guy. And so and a bunch of my friends were going to chiropractic school too. So that's how I don't have some miracle story. It was just everything seemed to line up right, and so that's how I got into it.
Well, I think it's really cool that, even though there's no miracle story, you've gone on to do great work, and now you know what's capable for your expertise, and you became a diplomat in X-ray reading. So I think it's really cool that you can go and teach other people now. What does it mean for you to empower other people with your imaging abilities?
I don't know if I'd call it imaging abilities or what, but it's you think about it, it's I like to help people naturally, I think, and and I don't know honestly how many people I help. I help a lot of chiropractors, and I read all their X-rays and stuff like that. So I guess in those terms, I think it's actually kind of cool. Hopefully it's helping them in a positive way, right, Jim? I don't know. Maybe sometimes it's not so good, but I'm hoping it's, I can help support whatever the chiropractor's going to say. Maybe I saw something that they didn't see, and getting the patient to the right person. Maybe it's not the chiropractor at that time, but I'm like, hey, that means they can come back to you and thank you. Maybe they'll be thankful for you finding this particular thing on the X-ray, and they'll be good patients.
So 13 years of coming to California Jam.
Yep.
What are a couple of your takeaways?
Oh, this is this is very interesting for me, Jim, because CalJam for me is a very friendly, it's a very emotionally invested event. And, I'm not typically a very emotional person. I'm very data-driven. I was brought up to almost ignore my emotions. But for me, personally, I think it's actually transformed me. I'm like, oh, what? Emotions have a role in my life, and so it's like my annual dipping, where I get to see all these people that I never see, because I'm hidden behind my computer screen. We talk on the phone real quick. Oh, it's this, it's that. Yeah, go tell the patient to do this and that, and not this. And click, we hang up. And so there's not a lot of time to talk to people. This is like a nice, reboosting of my soul. I can see these people in person, talk to them on a more casual basis. So I love it.
So you get a chance to come here once a year. You get a chance to teach and work with people on their X-rays.
Yep.
What's next for you?
Oh, I don't know. My life is not as organized as people think, so I don't even know. I just realized I had tomorrow off, Jim. Or wait, tomorrow's Sunday. Monday, realized I have Monday off, and so those things I let my wife dictate. She tells me what I do on certain days, whether I get to work or not. I love working, so it's she has to tell me when not to work.
So let me ask you this: why should people continuously come to California Jam?
Oh, if it's not just for the reasons I come here to just reconnect, they have some excellent speakers. I mean, not talking about myself, but they have other excellent speakers here that just, give you a different perspective, I think, not just for your practice, but even just your life yourself. So it's very interesting to see these different perspectives.
Awesome. Well, if you guys didn't make it to California Jam 2020, go over to California Jam or caljam.org and pre-register for next year. And if you didn't get a chance to watch it live stream this year, go over to the Cal Jam Network, subscribe. It's $7 a month, man.
Yeah, it's not expensive. Yeah, do it.
Do it, like Cliff says. So at the end of this interview, I just like to ask people, is there anything that we didn't ask you you'd like to share with our audience?
I don't think so. Can I tell them about my ski seminar?
Please, tell them all about the ski seminar.
I do a ski seminar at Mammoth Mountain. It's March 13, 14, 15. So if you like to ski and you want to get some chiropractic CE in there, it's approved for California only, contact me. Find me on Facebook or LinkedIn or Google me. You'll find me.
What are the dates on that?
March 13, 14, 15 this year, so it's in about a month, and it's at Mammoth Mountain in California.
Awesome. Well, if you guys wanted to get some CE, come out here to California and check out Cliff and go skiing with him. And most of the day skiing, it's not learning, right?
It's a long day. We get up at 7 a.m., we do a couple hours in the classroom, and we go skiing all day, and then we come back. I feed you, too, so there's food there, too. So it's a really good time.
Cool. Well, Cliff, thank you for being my guest today on the Chiro Hustle live stream here from California Jam. This is year number 13. I'll be back here year number 14. I know he will be as well. Just give me a big hug, buddy.
Thanks, Jim. Always good to see you.
All right. Well, I'm going to close out by telling you guys I always do. You're just one story away. Keep hustling. See you guys on the next one.